Hello. Hello. Can you do it, David? Say, hello. I'm going to talk about getting a return on your investment. And this is just something that just came to me. I don't think I was in the shower. I think I was in a sauna, but it was definitely like a shower thought type thing. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. So I see a lot of people. Well, I work with a lot of people who have said, I've tried all the things. I've spent all the money on all the supplements. I've worked with multiple functional medicine doctors, done the blah, blah, all the different protocols, and I'm still stuck. And I hear that all the time. And what I want to tell people is there are some things that will help you to get a return on your investment. You've made investments with your time, your money, your efforts, your hope, and now you're out of money and you're hopeless. So I just want you to know there is hope. There is always hope. I tried all the things, really a lot of things, and none of them really made a difference. I spent more money on supplements than I spent on my first car, probably double. So I really understand what it means to not get a return on your investment, because I've done it the wrong ways more times than I did it the right way. Thank God He gave me the wisdom and discernment and the strength by His grace to do it the right way. But that took discipline, and that took some changes and surrender on my part. If you want to hear that, it's in other videos. Today I'm talking about how to get a return on your investments. So making a health plan and following through with that plan and being successful with it is sort of like making an investment, whether it be in gold and silver or stocks. What do we do when we make investments? We research, we draw data, we come to a decision based off of trends and facts and things we have observed. And we do the same thing with health. Oh my goodness, you have milk all over you. That's disgusting. You shouldn't just blindly try things here and there, which I've done it. We see one thing on Instagram and we're like, we're going to do this. This is the solution. Or we see an ad on Instagram for a supplement that's like, this is what you need to heal your thyroid, and we buy it. That, I would say, if it's that easy, then you're not really going to find a solution in it. I really think that healing takes time, and for a lot of us, it requires a lot of change. And it takes time. It's hard. Difficult to do that. Do your research and then make your decision. So step number 1 to getting a return on your investment. Step number 1 is to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, then you're just going to be shooting blindly into the dark, and I don't think you're going to be very successful. If you don't have a plan, then who's to say when you give up and try something new? I don't think you're going to last longer than a week. How many people out there try the carnivore diet and give up after 7 days? I did it for a long, long time. I tried it 8 times until it actually worked for me. And that time that it worked for me, I unlocked a total key element, which was, one was surrender, but another one was histamine. I was having severe histamine intolerance, and I didn't realize that. So I felt worse until I figured that out. So have a plan. I also decided, okay, I'm going to do this for at least 30 days. That 30 days became 90 days. That 90 days became a whole year. That whole year became pretty much 3 years of carnivore, and then I reintroduced other foods. The first year was strict lion. Now, I don't recommend that to most of my clients. I actually think variety is okay for most people, depending on the situation. I was strict lion because I needed that mental break. I was traumatized by food, and it was just so great to not have to worry about what I was eating. So I very slowly reintroduced things. I will say that when I work with people for 6 months, generally that last month or 2 months is just reintroducing other foods and making it even more sustainable, which is exciting. Have a plan. Step number 2, stick to your plan. If you don't stick to your plan, and you go off course, and then you get back on course, and then you go off course, and then you get back on course, you're not really giving it a fair shot. I did this too. I had multiple plans, and by the grace of God, I was able to stick to something consistent enough. But when I jumped around for years, I did Whole30, AIP, I did Paleo, I did low FODMAP, I did pretty much GAPS. I tried carnivore, I tried different forms of carnivore, keto. I had a new plan every 3 days depending on what podcast I was listening to and which new idea I heard, which was triggering to me. And it's like I had to try everything that I heard because I was so not confident in what I was doing. I didn't have the conviction that I had when I surrendered and I made a choice to change in a way and stay committed to those changes. Stick to your plan. I know it should go without saying, but I really feel like I should say it because this is a problem. People are not sticking to their plan for long enough to see the fruit or the benefits of it. If you want to see a return on your investment, then stick with it. It sometimes takes time to see that happen, but give it a fair shot, because if you back out too soon, then you'll never know. And it could have been the right thing. Now, I'm not saying that if everything's going poorly and you're feeling horrible, maybe you should change plans. But if you can see trending progress in the right direction, I think you should stick with it. Your body doesn't heal unless it's properly supported. Your body wants to heal, it wants to thrive, but it needs the right foundation. So if you can point out things like, hey, you know what? I am sleeping better. Or, hey, I don't have intrusive thoughts anymore. I'm not super OCD like I used to be. Or my energy is way more stable. Or my eyebrows are growing back. Things like that are definitely signs of progress. And I think you should stick with the plan, even if you're not exactly where you wanted to be. Even if you didn't lose all the weight that you wanted to lose by this point. Don't give up. You just have to recognize the good and hold on to that. Stick to the plan. The third and last thing that I'll recommend for getting a return on your investment, and this is investment in your health, efforts, money, time. The third is choosing courses of action that are sustainable. So what I mean by this is I really don't believe in super heavy detox protocols with herbs. Now, I do sometimes use oregano oil when it's necessary, but I'm talking 15 different supplements where you're detoxing the whole body and pushing detox. That is not sustainable, and that can actually be a shock to the body, and I just don't. I don't subscribe to that. I don't think it's necessary. We are created with detoxification pathways, and I think that we should support those, and the body will do what it needs to do in the time that it should take. And sometimes longer is better. Sometimes our body needs to take a break, and we need to respect that. Other sustainable courses of action would be, don't eat in a way that you're white knuckling. If you are white knuckling, it's not sustainable. I tell my clients this, like, hey, if I've made recommendations where you feel like you're just white knuckling through this, we've got to make some changes, because I need to do my job in making it sustainable for you, and you need to do your job in giving me feedback and being honest. So if you're white knuckling, how do you know that you'll be able to stick with it long enough to see a return on your investment? And even if you did, does it even matter if you just go right back to where you were because you were white knuckling? You can't do that forever. So make changes and courses of actions that are sustainable. I don't think this 50, 60 grams of protein per day is sustainable. I don't think that's a wise course of action. Unless someone has like severe epilepsy or something that they just need to get through this patch. In general, I don't think that's ever a good idea. So those are my little tidbits on getting a return on your investment. I have said these things probably in other videos, maybe my weight loss series. I have 2 of those. Encouragement when you're discouraged. I have a video on that. Falling off the wagon. I've probably dropped these nuggets into other videos, but I wanted to put it here to just create that image of getting a return on your investment. You have put in a lot of hard work, time, effort, money, so stick with it. Stick with it. Don't you think so, David?